Hi, I'm Becca Monjovi. This is my video for reading reflection number 3. I've chosen the first prompt for chapter 6. So a client has come to me wanting to lose weight. They've tried fad diets in the past. You have them begin by writing a food journal, and you notice that they have several binge eating periods that seem to be emotionally linked. So based on this, to begin treatment planning, I would want to, according to the text, operationally define the problem. Part of this would include the assessment, gathering the information, some of the information I already have, as well as the journals that the client has been writing. And I would imagine that this client is likely going to be diagnosed with binge eating disorder. So according to the DSM, there are requirements for duration and frequency. So it has to be at least once a week and for at least 3 months. And that is according to the DSM-5. They also have to be experiencing 3 or more of the following: eating too much rapidly, eating until they feel uncomfortably full, eating large amounts of food even when they're not physically hungry, eating alone because they're embarrassed of how much they're eating, feeling disgusted, depressed, or guilty after overeating. So I would assess for all of those. It would seem to me that if the client has reported that they've tried these fad diets in the past, it's probably been at least 3 months. But obviously we would have to assess for that, but that would be kind of like my first step. The next step would be to lay out the goals. So I think it's important to start off with some smaller goals to kind of just get the client like the sense of accomplishment, so they don't feel so like bogged down by this unattainable goal. So I would probably start with the goal to just be to log everything they eat and everything that like emotionally that they feel right before they eat, during their eating, and after, for at least 2 weeks, just to give them something that like is very tangible. They can see that they've done it, to kind of just get the confidence up and get the work started. Another goal would be to identify the triggers for the binge eating. So we would start with what emotions are consistently being felt before a binge eating episode, and then obviously the next step from there would be to identify the triggers for those feelings. For an example, if the binge eating follows she's feeling stressed and anxious because she had a fight with her boyfriend, then obviously that would be a trigger for the eating. So we would work to identify that, and then we would try to outline replacement behaviors so that she can begin to replace the binge eating, hence replacement behaviors. So we would want to look at something that is healthier, that is going to help her focus on her goal of losing weight, but while also not being destructive in any way. So we want to make sure that she's not resorting to compensatory measures such as vomiting or over-exercising, but maybe just if she's feeling the overwhelming need to binge eat, to go for a walk or call a friend or talk to the counselor or some other form based on her interests and what kind of behavior she likes to do, we would come up with a list of replacement behaviors. So that would be the beginning of her treatment planning, that would be her goals, and then we would continue throughout her treatment to use the ongoing journals to track her progress. At this time, I wouldn't want to look at tracking her weight to track her progress, because I think it's more important to focus on the behaviors and the triggers for now. And then as we get that under control, we can start to focus more on actually working towards weight loss. So I'll include my citations, therefore the DSM-5 and the textbook for this class. So thank you.